Forget what you've been told about Atlantis. The stories you know, the one about Plato, the one about the island swallowed by the sea, those are lies. They are the bedtime stories of history, carefully crafted to hide a much darker, much older truth. The city wasn't just lost to the waves, it was lost to time itself. We didn't just find a lost city, we've uncovered a secret archive, a forgotten legend buried in the language of the earth that tells the real story. The city we call Atlantis was nothing more than a new name, a rebranding, for a civilization that died 15,000 years ago. A civilization born in the heart of Africa, a city so powerful, its people weren't just men, they were the first gods. And the terrifying secret? They weren't destroyed by a flood. They were erased by their own ultimate ambition, a fatal quest for eternal life that didn't just sink their home, but nearly unwound the entire universe. Stay with us, because the truth about Atlantis is much bigger than any ocean. It's the story of how humanity was accidentally rebooted, and what the real price of immortality turned out to be. The first voice you will hear is a whisper from a time before time. Its name has been erased from history. But in the ancient scrolls of forgotten temples, scribbled in languages that no living person can read, it was called Ntherra, the city of eternal light.
They tell us the Earth is 4.5 billion years old. A number so massive it means nothing to the human mind. But here is the truth you must consider. Who was there to record that? Our oldest written records, the clay tablets of Sumer, the pyramids of Egypt, barely scratch the last 4,000 years. That leaves millions of years of silence. A cosmic vacuum of time before written history, before the first pharaoh, before the first myth. What if Earth, in that vast, unrecorded silence, had already been home to a civilization so advanced that it makes our current world look primitive? A civilization that rose, dominated the globe, and then vanished, leaving behind nothing but a universal, confusing whisper in every culture. Our story begins 15,000 years ago. In the heart of Africa, in a region now scorched by endless desert and relentless sun, stood a vibrant, temperate land. This ground was rich, overflowing not just with gold and diamonds, but with a strange, naturally occurring material, Etherium blue crystal. This crystal pulsed with a slow, powerful, living light. From this cradle of energy came the Ntherrans. They weren't discoverers of fire or the wheel, they were masters of pure energy. They didn't build with stone and mortar, they wove matter together using the Earth's own resonant frequency. Imagine this. Their cities didn't rely on light bulbs. The very buildings glowed with a soft, internal illumination, like stars fallen to the ground. Their massive, elegant towers didn't scrape the sky, they were levitated high above the clouds by magnetic currents, constantly catching the sun. The Ntherrans themselves were tall, deeply intelligent, and possessed an innate connection to the planet. They could communicate with the atmosphere, speaking to the winds and commanding storms to bring life or move their vessels. This was Ntherra, a civilization so far beyond anything that would follow, their technology looked like true magic. They reached a height of power so complete that even the gods of later myths feared what they had become.
The Ntherrans' unique secret was their discovery of the secret rhythm of creation, the specific, invisible frequency that binds all life and matter together. It was the universe's source code. Mastering this code gave them capabilities we can only dream of. They could move colossal objects with nothing but focused thought. Their personal transports could travel faster than light, appearing as brief flashes of color across the sky. They could locally manipulate the flow of time, creating bubbles where a single hour felt like 1,000 years of study. But their incredible power led to a monumental arrogance. They came to believe their existence was too valuable to end. Their ultimate goal was not knowledge, but mastery over death itself. Their final, most dangerous project was built around a colossal machine powered by a nexus of blue Etherium, a device designed to draw a raw life force from the deepest cosmic well, which they named the Eternity Well. The plan was simple and terrible. Inject this pure cosmic life energy directly into their city and into their people, achieving physical and temporal immortality. When the Ntherrans activated the Eternity Well for the final time, trying to force the universe to grant them eternal life, they did not find a blessing. They found a cosmic overload. They had unknowingly violated the deepest law of existence, triggering a powerful, ancient failsafe against unnatural life. It happened in the deepest part of the night. First, the earth didn't tremble. It screamed a soundless sound. The skies above Ntherra opened, not like a wound, but like a sudden, terrible absence in the fabric of the universe. A blinding, silver-white light, not the fire of an explosion, but the light of instantaneous cessation, swallowed the colossal city whole. Ntherra was not destroyed, it was unmade. The city and its people were pulled violently out of phase with reality, consumed by a massive temporal rupture. The matter that composed the towers, the people, and the crystalline energy was instantly removed from our dimension. The next morning, where the great, levitated capital had stood for millennia, there was only a colossal, silent void, a hole in the earth itself. The Atlantic Ocean surged inward instantly, a catastrophic tsunami rushing to fill the sudden vacancy, claiming the land and disguising the city's true fate forever. All that remained were a few scattered survivors, scientists, travelers, and scouts, who had been outside the city's radius. They fled north and east, carrying desperate, fractured fragments of their forgotten knowledge. They became the seed of every great civilization that followed: the astronomical knowledge of the Mayans, the architecture of the Greeks, the gold obsession of Egypt. That's why every ancient culture speaks of a golden city that vanished beneath the sea in a single night. They all remembered Ntherra. They just gave the nightmare a new name: Atlantis. The real story of Africa is not just the cradle of mankind, but the cradle of the first gods, humans so advanced, their technology was mistaken for magic. The massive deposits of gold, the diamonds, the rare minerals, the natural wealth that still drives our modern world's wars and economies, was first harvested and shaped by the Ntherans. They explored the entire Earth before the continents had names. They mapped the stars with precision before the concept of a telescope existed. And when their civilization fell, the rest of the world inherited their ruins, their minerals, and their confused, broken myths. Maybe that is why ancient maps, even those drawn thousands of years ago, seem to mark a strange, lost land under the Atlantic. Not Europe, not America, but the ghostly echo of a forgotten African empire that predated them all. The real Atlantis wasn't just lost under the ocean. It was buried under time itself. It was pulled into a dimension we cannot access. And perhaps every discovery we make today, every theoretical physics breakthrough, every machine we invent, every miracle we claim as modern innovation, is just a rediscovery of the technology they already mastered and ultimately misused. Because the truth is, humanity didn't begin 2,000 years ago. We are just the last, small chapter of a story that started 15,000 years ago, in Ntherra, the city of eternal light.